Very first time, the victim will be treated at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta. And Dr. Zan Van Tulleken is a senior fellow at Fordham University's Humanitarian Affairs Institute, and he has made a number of trips to Africa to treat diseases there. And I want to point out, the Congressman Alan Grayson of
fruit for him, okay? His constituents don't come from...
So you think it's politics, not public health?
I think that he's going to look great. If we have one case of Ebola in the US, he's going to look great and everyone else will look foolish. But it's very bad public health to do what he's recommending. It's really not a sensible thing. Had Ebola.
But by the flip of that coin, you have a doctor, two doctors, in fact, that have treated this. One is now dead, the other is in treatment, and some would argue if the doctors can't be protected, what about the public?
The doctors actually can be protected, but they're working under very, very different conditions. If you had Ebola sitting at this distance, I would be very, very unlikely to catch it.
So talk about the process of evacuating infected patients back to the U.S. Ebola patients have never been brought here for treatment. Obviously, you're pointing out that there is a huge difference between a hospital in Africa and a hospital in Atlanta.
This is the right thing to do, wearing full protective suits, and the patient will also be barriered as well, if you like.
Dr. Van Tulleken, the World Health Organization announcing it is going to give $100 million in aid to the countries that are affected by this. Should there be a concern, you've been on the ground, that this money might not reach the people who need it?
Interest in making sure this money's properly, and it's being spent by international organizations, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Dr. Zan Van Tulleken, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Del, in Colorado, where recreational marijuana is legal, they're taking a closer look at so-called pot edibles. Those are food-own inspections on birds looking for any defects. The U.S. Agricultural Department says this will free up inspectors to focus on salmonella.
Well, there is breaking news. The Labor Department just releasing the monthly jobs report.
And Al Jazeera's Patricia Sabka joins us now with the numbers. Good morning, Patricia. What do we got?
Last month. Now, that was slightly below the consensus estimate. Economists were really looking for 230,000 jobs. The unemployment rate edged up slightly to 6.2%, but very key here, it edged up for the right reasons, because the labor force participation rate, they can actually find work. So that's all good. Average hourly wages is the one discouraging thing I see in this report. Average hourly wages only went up by $0.01 last month to $24.45 an hour. And that is a sign of further slack in the market.
Quick question. How was